How do you define caste? Is the society applying caste the way God Krishna envisioned it in Bhagavad Gita?
I think sometimes communication is very essential. If I have to connect with somebody, caste should not be the priority. I think we should come out of it. That's what I feel. I think you should be away from caste.
Under your leadership, what sort of concrete ecosystem do you want to build?
I really want Gen Z to be multidisciplinary learning. Gen Z should look at agriculture. Don't ignore agriculture.
మీరు చేసే పనిలో మంచి కనిపిస్తే చాలు, మనిషి కనిపించక్కర్లేదు అని. సో అలా ఉంటే చాలా, ఇలా ఉండాలని మీరు సజెస్ట్ చేస్తారా?
నువ్వు సినిమాలు అయితే టక్మని కొట్టేస్తావు, నీ కళ్ళ ముందు అదే స్టూడియోలో గొడవ అవుతుంది, నువ్వేం చేస్తావు చెప్పని నాకు నేను అనుకుంటా. ఐ సెడ్ ఇఫ్ ఐ వుడ్ హావ్ టేకెన్ లా అండ్ ఐ డోంట్ నో హౌ ద సిచ్యువేషన్ వుడ్ బి. ఐఎమ్ గ్లాడ్ దట్ ఐ కెన్ టేక్ లా అండ్ నా కళ్ళ ముందు నేను ఎందుకు వచ్చాను పాలిటిక్స్కి అంటే, డోంట్ బిలీవ్ బ్లైండ్లీ ఇన్ పొలిటికల్ లీడర్స్. మేబీ లెట్ మీ స్టార్ట్ విత్ యూ. You come out with a proposal.
Thank you, sir.
You prepare yourself for the next generation. If the so-called political leaders, including me, if I am not doing right, you should be prepared enough to replace me.
Hi Kalyan garu, I'm Likita.
Hi.
So my question is, today's generation, especially the youth, they're having a lot of talent, but they're lacking the directional exposure, especially from tier 2, tier 3 cities.
Tier 2, tier 3, okay.
Yeah. So under your leadership, what sort of concrete ecosystem do you want to build so that they become job creators rather than the job searchers?
That's a challenge, no?
Yeah.
So quite a tough question to answer. It's quite a deep question. What do you think you should do? You educate me on that.
Yeah, I'll educate you. The first thing that I feel is colleges should be very transparent in maintaining the curriculum, which is very practical rather than the theoretical thing, where students have a lot of exposure in gaining the industry skills, real exposure. That is one thing. And the second thing, from the government side, they can have some sort of innovation hubs and all in every district, so that they can encourage entrepreneurship and different innovations like AI and demanding technologies as well.
I feel we need multi-skills. That's what I look at.
Okay.
But the sad part is our education system is very, and I keep seeing last 10, 15 years, I keep meeting a lot of brilliant youngsters. I met a boy of 13 or 14-year-old. He made a e-scooter.
Mm-hmm.
And with 30,000-40,000 he made, I think 25,000 something, less than that. And I feel a great amount of talent is there.
Yes.
And I look at a lot of outsourcing. A lot of people come to me when I go to Mangalgiri, when I go to AP. A lot of outsourcing employees come, youngsters. They're saying, it's a temporary employment, but we've been stuck here for 10, 15 years. For me, in an administrative point of view, I look at one way, but if I look at their age and everything, as you're talking about Tier 2 and Tier 3 cities, I think we have to expand their choices of skill development.
Yes.
For me, my heart feels a person should be equipped with 3 to 4 skills, not just one set of skill. The problem is our entire education is focusing only on one set of skills. If you look at cricket also, we prefer all-rounders. So I think at every level, imagine if you have one profession at all, one set of skills, suppose if that does not give you enough money, generation is not there, so what is my next alternative? I think that options are not there. I think as a government and also as a political party, as an individual, I feel I want to equip people with multiple skills. Because same person can have, he should be taught in school something about, if he's learning about combinations. I mean, innovation is really missing in our country. A lot of brain drain is happening. But how do we contribute? How do we think? I think our educational system somewhere even deep down, our entire educational system is not equipping people the way it should be. I think deeper discussions has to happen. I don't think I can answer in one way or something, because deep down, that's what I prefer. Multidisciplinary education is very, very essential for this kind of innovative innovation.
Right.
Jobs of innovation should, if they want it to happen, I think multidisciplinary skills are needed. And if you look at in 1960s and 1970s, a lot of, even in US or some, especially in US, people are able to construct their own houses. And they had some do-it-yourself kit, they're able to build it on their own. I think for Indian youth, I feel we don't have dignity of labor. If you're talking about a job, that means one particular skill. But there is so much of unemployment. So much of employment, I could see it in agriculture. People are not willing to do that job.
Yes.
You don't have to you need to go put some gumboots, put some gloves, and still you can do in agriculture.
Correct.
Or else you can be an agriculturist at the same time. After 2-3 hours of work, why can't you shift into some kind of electronics course, some kind of AI? I always prefer an individual should have a multidisciplinary learning to make his life better. So the exposure will be more and the chances of winning is more.
Right.
The more you are exposed to multidiscipline. For me, that's how I trained myself because I was so scared. For example, when I was in Chennai, I used to go into that, the Mount Road. There used to be one electronic institute. Even I was learning about, soldering. And I went into electronic course. I went into NIIT because I was exposing myself for multiple options. I think that gave me an edge in the cinema to understand. I exposed to cinema, I exposed to multiple fields. I feel that's what we should do. I think that's what I'm thinking because I'm not into, not that every affair, state of affairs is under me in AP, but I really, really want Gen Z to be multidisciplinary learning. Whether education institutions offer or not, we have to pursue our own, in our own way, to be a multidisciplinary learning personality. That would give us a lot of edge than others.
And if you would have an option to have a community platform like Student Tribe, which is uniting all the students into one platform, how would you utilize it in different ways?
Definitely not for political gain, which I don't like it. Because everyone... but I would like to share, sometimes an idea triggers, sometimes... Not that every person knows every damn thing, not necessarily. Sometimes a simple interaction like this, I think we tend to share ideas. Why I don't know something, you say something, I say something. Suddenly one person says from that corner, maybe it might trigger an entire community or tribe who are associated with that. I think sometimes communication is very essential. Maybe we don't know what would come out of that communication. And that might trigger somebody something and which would benefit us all. In that way I look at it.
Thank you so much, sir.
Sir, I just want to add a point here. Since she is talking about unemployment, due to the economic slowdown that has happened in the erstwhile YCP government in the state, currently the unemployment rate in Andhra Pradesh is almost like 8.2%, sir. It is higher than the national average. In fact, it is highest in the country now. And what I feel is like, sir, all these billion-dollar investments and all, okay, they are good, but if we want to really generate jobs in the state, MSMEs could really help, sir. Like they are the employability in the MSMEs is like too high. And also there are a few sectors like, for example, the hospitality and tourism industry. Every rupee that we spend in that industry, it directly, it's directly proportional to the jobs it creates. So there are a few industries, sir, and thankfully the government right now, we have a decisive leadership, and we have a government that has an intent to do something in these industries. So I hope this unemployment rate would come down.
That's a big challenge, I think. Employment I am looking at, it got better than previous. Definitely, there's no second thought about it. Service sector is one thing which really gives you tourism, which gives a lot of employment. MSMEs are a lot of possibilities are there, but for MSMEs, unless we educate the next generation with a multidisciplinary approach, I don't think they can take the advantage of MSMEs. And also, one we are ignoring is about agriculture. We are expecting some remote corner, some farmer will do. Gen Z should look at agriculture. They should. It's not about, for me, I don't know, this was two things I would like to share. Maybe don't ignore agriculture. Organic gardening for the future of the earth, that one book I have read which really inspired me, and one is One Star Revolution by Musunobu Fukuoka. When I read this book called Organic Gardening for the Future of the Earth, that was quite, I don't know, 15 years back, I think, 15, much more than that, 18 years back. Around 2001, I think I read that book. In that book, he says 1,000 square yards land. If you really do a proper, with multi-cropping thing, this is done in, I think, Princeton, hopefully, if I'm right, it is in Princeton University model. When they had done it, it is able to give sustainable living for family of 4. So today, when I actually go into the field, there is a lot of shortage of creative labor. I used to be, when I was growing up, when 17 or 18, I wanted to look for a job. Sometimes even I'm highly, imagine, okay, I learn multiple languages or something, everything, but I want to do something more closer to nature. I think one aspect is like kibbutz. In Israel, they do collective farming. In MSMEs, I feel, why can't we do MSMEs in the way of, if you take a 10-acre piece of land is there, if a lot of around 20-30 individuals do come together, while doing the agriculture, how could they make it a value addition to it, to their produce? I think in that way, I think we should explore a lot of ideas, because I have my own limitations in exploring this, but I have to sit with experts, I have to sit with someone who is passionate about it. I think we can explore. I think maybe this triggered me, the question she asked me triggered me. Maybe when I go back after a few months from now, maybe I'll speak to a lot of youngsters, in which way they can contribute and what they're looking at. And unless I don't know the set of skills, I don't know how to design it. Or they need their aspirations. They tell me, okay, my aspiration is to learn something. Maybe we can design some courses. I think that's what I'll explore in future.
Sir, when you talk about agriculture as a career, the entire world has seen when the Ukrainian and Russian conflict broke out. When the conflict in Ukraine and Russia broke out, the entire world has seen the wheat shortages. So I think the current generation it will realize what how important agriculture is. So thank you so much, sir. We need skill development in that aspect. Next question, please.
Yeah, good evening, Kalyan garu. Can you hear me? My question is, how do you define caste? Is it based on birth, or is it based on the duties one carries out? And is the society applying caste the way God Krishna envisioned it in Bhagavad Gita?
Caste is a tough subject. We have to be born into something. No? We don't have a choice. How we look, what height and what color, what ethnic background we are born. We don't have a choice. By the time we open our eyes from our mother's womb, we're already born into something. But how to behave is gradually we get a choice. For me, it is whether we come from the feet of somebody, we come from the head of somebody. That's all. That's another discussion altogether. My approach is, will all those discussions, are they giving me a solution to it, or is it making my life more harder?
What is the solution, if there is any?
No, the topic should be, okay, if you want to understand caste, don't just decide it for the entire ecosystem or entire India. Think about the entire globe. You name it as caste or you name it something else, there are tribes, or occupational tribes rather, we can say. And as time progresses, things are bound to happen, things are bound to change. We have to evolve. I personally feel caste is an identity which we don't have a choice. But how to come out of it, or to what extent we have to negotiate and move ahead, it's purely our choice. I feel caste should not. I think our constitution has given enough chances for everybody. It gives chances for everybody. We have to come. Constantly, caste should not become a way to pick up a fight, to divide the nation. I think we should come out of it. That's what I feel. And second part is, there is so much to say about caste. I'm thinking whether to say it or not. I don't know whether it's the right time. But one time in future, somehow I'll say sometime in future. Caste has become a very touchy topic, and suddenly people will become an entirely different mindset altogether, including between friends. And ethnicity or region or religion or caste, they become very sensitive topics. And suddenly, any caste which is dividing you as a human, which is making your humanity is killing because of being eroded because of caste, I think you should be away from caste. I personally feel, I understand caste, but if it corrodes me, if it depletes me within, I want to be away from any caste system. As long as caste, if it is making, I think there are enough examples out there. We can come out of caste. Maybe sometimes, not that entirety of humanity evolves at the same time. I think individuals should emerge out strong. I think they should become role models. Caste should be a very minute part of your life, not the entirety of your life. To sum it up, I can say that. Not more than that.
You said come out of caste. What do you mean by come out of caste?
You don't make friendships out of caste. Just because he is your caste, don't try to. If I have to connect with somebody, caste should not be the priority. You have to like somebody for their character, you have to like for someone for their knowledge. But not because he belongs to some. Normally what happens is, if he says he's my caste, suddenly the trust quotient increases. I think we have to come out of it. Whether he's your caste or not, it is not about that. It is about he is the right person, he is a person of values, he's an individual, he or she is a person of integrity. I think that's what you should measure. Don't take caste as a measurement to judge for both good and bad. That's what I look at.
మీరు చూస్తే యూ కెన్ గో త్రూ ద 7 ప్రిన్సిపల్స్ ఆఫ్ జనసేన. సో ఫస్ట్ ప్రిన్సిపల్ ఈజ్ కులాలను కలిపే ఆలోచన విధానం. సో దట్స్ ద ఫస్ట్ థాట్ ప్రాసెస్. అండ్ నాకు కళ్యాణ్ గారి థాట్ ఆన్ కాస్ట్ ఇదంతా ఎలా పరిచయం అంటే, శ్రీపతి రాముడు సార్, హైదరాబాద్ సెంట్రల్ యూనివర్సిటీ ప్రొఫెసర్. సో హీ టాట్ ఫర్ అస్ సార్. కాబట్టి ఆయన హీ వాస్ ది వన్ హూ ఇంట్రొడ్యూస్డ్ మీ టు యూ.
He was your professor? He's your professor?
Yes sir. So అలా తెలుసు అనమాట. He said that
even now or before? 2000. Okay.
He was the one who said ki you read a lot about Ambedkar, so you understand the social issues well. So idanta cheppunnaru sir okkasari.
Caste should not be, somehow I feel we have to kulalni teeseyalem, because there are very strong cultural identities. For example, why you talk about caste, one issue I want to tell you. One of my friend he belongs to one particular Vishwakarma community. Each caste, I don't know about thing, because they have an area of expertise. If there is some kind of who carves temples and all, who carves idols, in their DNA they have some ability than rest of the caste. So, for the example, community of Vishwakarmas, I think they are capable. I don't know, something with the sketching, painting, and shaping, construction of temples, carving idols. I think inherently it comes to them. It is there in their DNA. I think sometimes carving temples only this particular Vishwakarma community will excel. Unlike Japan, we didn't do much. Not every individual should come. I think we have to explore that. To caste too, we cannot annihilate caste. That's the reason why I said caste. Unification of caste is needed. Aikyata enduk maatante, you can never annihilate castes in India, or no matter anywhere in the world. You cannot annihilate your cultural identity. Even if it is either, if you go to Africa, you become some tribes, or maybe it's vice versa, something in each country. Rather, I look at caste as how do we cooperate with each other, how do we complement each other. And in that way only you can annihilate caste, not by fighting with you, not by degrading you, not by making superiority. I think that doesn't work. I think in that way I try to that's how I look at the caste equation.
Thank you sir. And to add to her question sir, in the education gurinchi adigina question ki, actually in 2020 when this entire new education policy was being drafted and all, so sir gave some inputs to the central government and the then union education minister Ramesh Pokhriyal, so he acknowledged sir's contribution to the policy with regarding multi-skilling and all that, not just the academics part and all. So regarding your this thing, so
vocational training.
I am Narendra from Kakinada district, sir. Sir, I have 2 questions for you, sir. ది ఫస్ట్ వన్ ఈజ్ సోషల్ మీడియా ప్లాట్ఫామ్లో గట్టా మిమ్మల్ని ట్యాగ్ చేస్తుంటారు కదా, ఇలా రోడ్లు పాడైపోయాయి, డ్రైనేజెస్ గట్టా పాడైపోయాయి అని. సో ఆ రీల్స్ గట్టా చూసిన తర్వాత మీరు ఏమనుకుంటారు సార్? మీరు అంటే ఎలా ఫీల్ అవుతారు? ఒక అడ్మినిస్ట్రేషన్ ఏమైనా ప్రాబ్లం అనుకుంటారా, లేకపోతే నేను సాల్వ్ చేద్దామని?
యూనో అంటే ఇండివిజువల్, ఇఫ్ దే ట్యాగింగ్ ఎవ్రీ ప్రాబ్లమ్ టు అన్ ఇండివిజువల్, దట్ మీన్స్ సిస్టమ్ ఈజ్ నాట్ రైట్, నో?
యా.
And that shows system failure. If only thing, unless they tag to me, situation, I mean, problem is being solved or problem is being addressed, that means system is still not the way it's supposed to be. So real success eppudu when they don't tag me, but when they tag to the concerned department, then then the issue will be addressed. That's how I look at it, and that's what I keep on telling my officials in the administration. I don't feel great about it. I feel this should be corrected.
The next question is, sir, how you manage and politics and the movies, sir? Because I am a dancer, sir.
Lack of choice. Lack of choice. And then నాకు ఎలా ఉంటుందంటే, for me politics happened only because of my anger, my reason, my sense of when I look at injustice happen. అంటే సినిమాలు ఎలా ఉంటుందంటే, when you stand for as a character, when you try to do సినిమాలో గొడవలు జరిగినప్పుడు మన కథలో it's very easy for a hero to promote, to retaliate and to do justice. Once you finish that shot, what happened to me was, in real life a lot of injustice happens right in front of me. Here I dealt with 100 people, here I dealt with 1,000 people, solved an issue. When I come out of that shoot, right in front of my home, ఒక ఇష్యూ జరిగినప్పుడు, if I have an issue, suddenly I feel so helpless. I could not do anything. Suddenly that that difference has hit me in a big way. అంటే నాకు చాలా ఇబ్బంది పెట్టేసింది. అంటే రియల్ లైఫ్లోనేమో, సినిమాలోనేమో ఇంత చేస్తాం, రియల్ లైఫ్కి వచ్చేటప్పటికి నీకు సంబంధించిన ఇష్యూ కావచ్చు, ఇంకో నీ కళ్ళకు ముందు జరిగిన ఇష్యూ కావచ్చు, నువ్వేం చేయలేవు. ఫర్ ఎగ్జాంపుల్, తమ్ముడు షూటింగ్ చేస్తాను. నార్మల్ ఇన్ అ ఫిల్మ్ యూ విల్ హ్యావ్ యాక్షన్ సీక్వెన్స్, సంథింగ్, సమ్మన్ ట్రబుల్స్ యూ, you will fight and you will save. ఇది నా రియల్ లైఫ్లో జరుగుతూ ఉంది తమ్ముళ్ళు, నేను చూస్తూ ఉన్నాను. సో ఐ వాజ్ అబ్జర్వింగ్ మై సెల్ఫ్, వాట్ విల్ యూ డూ నా? నువ్వు సినిమాలో అయితే టక్మని కొట్టేస్తావు, నీ కళ్ళ ముందు అదే షూటింగ్లో గొడవ అవుతుంది, నువ్వేం చేస్తావు చెప్పని నేను అనుకుంటే, ఐ సెడ్ ఐ పుష్డ్ మై సెల్ఫ్ అండ్ ఐ హ్యాడ్ టు హ్యాండిల్ దట్ సిచ్యుయేషన్ టు సేవ్ సంబడి. సో నాకు సినిమా అండ్ పాలిటిక్స్ ఆర్ బ్లర్డ్. So for me, shifting from cinema to politics is like, an infinite loop. So I don't feel any stress or pressure. It comes out quite natural to me because I trained myself that way. Thank you.
Hello, sir. My name is Akshaya. So my question to you is that after such great victory, you could have chosen different departments that could have generated revenue for your party, but you chose rural development and Gram Panchayat. What's the reason behind
Any
that?
department doesn't generate revenue for any party.
But it could have.
But I understand with what spirit you're saying. For me, Panchayat Raj is something, it comes from a very deep commitment, deep respect and reverence for Gandhiji. What Gandhiji says is the backbone of our entire nation. Panchayats are self-governing units, smallest self-governing units. But the major disturbance happens at Panchayat level. And I had seen many places, I had seen all these years. I felt if I could take Panchayat, I thought I could do something to the most neglected units of our governance. That's the one reason I have chosen for Panchayat Raj. And second, about forest is something I feel, as I told you about the book I like, Vanavase, it gave me immense respect for forests. And I'm a conservationist at heart. I feel in which way I can contribute for, to growth of the forest or to increase the green coverage. I think that's the reason I opted for these two. And that's it. It is not about the other things are what you have stated. But these two comes quite close to my heart. And of course, law and order, which I didn't take. If I would have taken law and order, I don't know how the situation would be. I'm glad that I didn't take law and order. I would be more, I think, harsh in a way of implementing law and order. But I'm glad that I have taken Panchayat Raj and Forest Department and Environment.
Thank you, sir.
Sir, Namaskaram. I'm Bharadwaj from Palamuru, Telangana. నేను పాలమూరు ప్రజల నుంచి అందరికీ నమస్కారం చెప్పాలనుకుంటున్నాను సార్ మీకు. థ్యాంక్ యూ సో మచ్ ఫర్ ద టీమ్ ఫర్ గివింగ్ దిస్ ఆపర్చునిటీ. సార్ నాకు ఒక్కటే క్వశ్చన్, వాట్ ఈస్ ద రోల్ ఆఫ్ జనసైనిక్ జెన్జీ ఇన్ జనసేన తెలంగాణ?
And I don't like to differentiate.
Sorry.
I don't want to make it as a confined to a party or something. But what Gen Z can play a pivotal role in betterment of our society around. As I told you, responsibility. నా కళ్ళ ముందు నేను ఎందుకు వచ్చాను పాలిటిక్స్కి అంటే, don't believe blindly in political leaders. You assess them, evaluate them. వాళ్ళు మాట్లాడేది ఎంతవరకు నిలబడతారు, వాళ్ళు చేయలేకపోతే మనం ఏం చేయగలం. You prepare yourself for the next generation. If the so-called political leaders, including me, if I am not doing right, you should be prepared enough to replace me. అంత బలంగా మీరు ఆలోచించాలి. That's what I can tell for Gen Z.
హలో కళ్యాణ్ బాబు సార్, ఎలా ఉన్నారు? అంటే ఎందుకు అడిగా అంటే, లైక్ మీరు బాగుంటేనే కొన్ని ఇయర్స్ వరకు మేము బాగుంటాం. సో అందుకే అడిగా ఈ క్వశ్చన్.
థ్యాంక్ యూ.
లైక్ నాకు క్వశ్చన్ ఉంది. లైక్ క్వశ్చన్ కాదు, జస్ట్ సజెషన్. మీ నుంచి ఒక సజెషన్ కావాలి నాకు. నేను చూసిన కొంచెం మంది నా ఫ్రెండ్స్ ఏంటంటే పాలిటిక్స్లోకి వెళ్దామని వాళ్ళకి ఇంట్రెస్ట్. పాలిటిక్స్ అంటే లైక్ డబ్బుల కోసం దేనికోసమో కాదు, లైక్ సొసైటీకి హెల్ప్ చేయాలి. అంటే నేను మీకు అడుగుతుంది ఏంటంటే, సొసైటీకి హెల్ప్ చేయాలంటే పాలిటిక్స్లోకే ఎంటర్ అవ్వండి అని సజెస్ట్ చేస్తారా? లేదా వకీల్ సాబ్లో మీ డైలాగ్ ఉంటుంది కదా, మీరు చేసే పనిలో మంచి కనిపిస్తే చాలు, మనిషి కనిపించక్కర్లేదు అని. సో అలా ఉంటే చాలా, ఇలా ఉండాలని మీరు సజెస్ట్ చేస్తారా?
ఇట్ డిపెండ్స్ ఆన్ మీ చాయిస్ కదా. ఇప్పుడు నాకేమనిపించింది అంటే, నేను ముందు అట్లాగే అనుకున్నా. పాలిటిక్స్ ఇస్ ద హైయెస్ట్ అండ్ టఫెస్ట్ టు సర్వ్ పీపుల్. చెయ్యాలనుకుంటే ఇప్పుడు నేను, ఫర్ ఎగ్జాంపుల్, I never wanted to come into politics. Though I love to serve nation, a society around, I never contemplated politics, though I admired a lot of political leaders. నేనేమనుకో ఒక ఎన్జిఓలో పనిచేద్దాం అనుకున్నా. బట్ ద ప్రాబ్లమ్ ఎన్జిఓలో చేసినప్పుడు వాళ్ళకి ఏమనిపిస్తుంది అంటే, దే ఆర్ నాట్ ఏబుల్ టు సర్వ్ టు దేర్ ఫుల్లెస్ట్. ఆర్ పొలిటికల్ లీడర్స్ ఆర్ నాట్ అలవింగ్ సర్టన్, నాట్ ఎవ్రీ, బట్ ఇన్ దట్ పర్టికులర్ టైం నేనే ఎక్స్పోజ్ అయిన దానికి. దెన్ ఐ ఫెల్ట్ I have taken a decision I would come into politics. అంటే నేను ఎంత ఎన్జిఓగా చేద్దామని మీకు చేద్దాం, ఇది నేను తీసుకున్న నిర్ణయం, నాకు అనిపించింది. ఫర్ ఎగ్జాంపుల్, ఆదిలాబాద్లో ఫర్ ఎగ్జాంపుల్ దెర్ ఇస్ అ వాటర్ ఇష్యూ. యాజ్ అన్ ఇండివిజువల్ ఐఎమ్ ఏబుల్ టు డూ, ఒక బావి తవ్వించగలను, one borewell I can get it done. Or I can, with some more funds, I can do it for 10-1500. But if you get into politics, one policy can bring you 30,000 villages, a change in 30,000 villages, and it can impact 3 crore people if we are really committed. So that's the reason why I opted for politics, not vice versa. Maybe సినిమాలో వకీల్ సాబ్లో చెప్పుండొచ్చు, the character చెప్పింది, నేను చెప్పలేదు అది.
సార్, అండ్ యాక్చువల్లీ ఇప్పుడు మీరు ఎన్జిఓ గురించి మెన్షన్ చేశారు కదా, లైక్ మా బ్రదర్ డిజేబుల్ సార్ ఫ్రమ్ చైల్డ్హుడ్. సో నేను బీటెక్ వచ్చాక లైక్ మా బ్రదర్కి, అంటే బ్రదర్ అనే కాదు, లైక్ డిజేబుల్డ్ వాళ్ళకి ఏదో ఒక గ్యాడ్జెట్ కానీ ఏదైనా డిజైన్ చేద్దామని ప్రాజెక్ట్ స్టార్ట్ చేసాం సార్ బీటెక్ ఫస్ట్ ఇయర్లో. అప్పుడు ఏంటంటే మేము రీసెర్చ్ చేసాం, లైక్ డిజేబుల్డ్ వాళ్ళకి ఎన్ని ఎన్జిఓస్ ఉన్నాయి ఏంటి అని. చూస్తే ఆంధ్రప్రదేశ్లో చాలా తక్కువ ఉన్నాయి సార్ డిజేబుల్డ్ వాళ్ళకి ఎన్జిఓస్ కానీ ఏదైనా. సో దాని గురించి మీరు ఏమైనా స్టెప్ తీసుకుంటారా అని.
అంతకుముందు చాలా తక్కువ మనీ ఉండేది. For example, for disabled or physically challenged pensions, I don't like to call them physically challenged. We made it into 10 into 15,000 because of my straight away interaction with me and our alliance partners. But నాకు గ్యాప్ ఎక్కడ గమనిస్తానంటే, disabled or physically challenged, they are the most neglected social group in our country, and which my heart goes out for them, and especially my heart goes out for their family members too. Chala tough are they. ఎందుకంటే ఒక డిజేబుల్డ్ పర్సన్ మన ఇంట్లో ఉన్నారంటే ఎంత తపన పడాలో, మిగతా వాళ్ళకి ఎంత బరువు, అది నేను ఐ కెన్ ఎంపథైజ్ అండ్ ఐ కెన్ అండర్స్టాండ్. వాళ్ళకి సంబంధించి మనకి వెస్ట్లో ఉన్నంతగా అంత కన్సర్న్ మనకి లేదు ఇక్కడ. మనం చాలా వదిలేస్తాం. ఫర్ ఎగ్జాంపుల్, మనకి ఏదైనా బయటికి వెళ్దాం అనుకున్న వాళ్ళకి సంబంధించిన బెడ్ రిడన్ అయిపోతాయి, వీల్ చైర్స్ సరిగ్గా ఉండవు వాళ్ళకి మీద. ఇప్పుడు ఉన్న ఏఐ కావచ్చు, టెక్నాలజీ అడ్వాన్స్మెంట్ కావచ్చు, how could we alleviate their pain or suffering with modern innovation or achievement, technological achievements? I think our thought led inka manaki. Though I have the heart, maybe let me start with you.
Yes,
You come
sir.
out with a proposal.
Thank you, sir.
What I appreciate you is, though you have a member in your family, but you're thinking beyond. Take anything if you want. If you do any innovation for physically challenged, I'll make sure I'll support you.
Thank you, sir.
You come out with that.
Thank you, sir.
But apart from that, అది కాకుండా I'll try to speak, I'll try to address. అందుకని ఒక్కరోజు నేను ఒక్కనే కదా, అందరినీ కలుపుకొని ఒక కన్సెన్సస్ పట్టుకొని టైం పడుతుంది. బట్ ఇన్ ద మీన్ వైల్ యూ డూ సంథింగ్ ఆన్ యువర్ ఓన్, విచ్ ఐ డోంట్ మైండ్ డూయింగ్ మై బిట్ పార్ట్ టు help you. I కాకుండా I'll see as a policy what we could bring. Two out of this Gen Z, I'm taking two topics. One is about physically challenged. What we can do for them. Can you organize a future meeting about this? Very close group meeting. I would like to personally invite them, maybe in Hyderabad, maybe back there. I don't know. That one meeting. Let us form a policy. Let us create a policy. Maybe I'll use all my good office to, like that education policy. We'll try to do something. But I'll do something. That really moved me. And second is employment for an innovation. How they come together and on how do they that one part, and sustainable agriculture. How can they become how Gen Z can get into connect with agriculture. These are the three aspects. If you could for future takeaway points ka teeskoni, maybe we'll form some meeting. Something like that. You work out on this. I request you all. And I need next generation, Gen Z thoughts only. We'll take it forward.
There's also a feedback form, sir, which is everybody is going to receive a feedback form to your email. So once you go back home, please fill it. And if you couldn't ask any questions, you can definitely ask it there. Yes, sir. Yes. I actually forgot since you came so close. I'm sorry. I think this is what she meant when she said, "Meer bagunte, andar baguntar anesi." Thank you so much for immediately giving all the pointers to the team. Sir, I have a quick rapid fire to end this. May I proceed with that?
Sure.
So these are all going to be very quick answers. One decision in your life that changed everything.
Jumping into politics.
One habit that keeps you mentally strong.
Bearing pain.
What is one thought that keeps you up at night?
Say it again.
One thought that keeps you up at night.
Irresponsibility.
Sorry, sir?
If I'm irresponsible, which I don't, what if I don't take up responsibility? Let us put it that way.
Okay. One quality Gen Z has that your generation did not.
I think you are fearless in expressing your opinions. I'm quite hesitant and scared. I think that's the... And the only reason is I think you have the luxury of, I think the dangers of expressing opinion thing, we are safe between four walls. But as you keep on spinning the thought, one day it becomes a reality. So that's why I think in that way Gen Z found, imagine if in my generation, if I want to express an opinion, it's very difficult for me who are the like-minded groups, like-minded mindsets. But because of the evolution of technology and exactly Gen Z around this time, I think they're able to identify very easily they can connect as a tribe. I think that is a quality which I never had, and there's what Gen Z has.
A leader from history who inspires you the most. One leader, if you had to pick one leader.
Only one?
Yeah. Okay, top 3, sir, for you.
There are many leaders. For me, one is Loknaik Jayaprakash Narayan. You talk about political leaders, right?
Yes, political
Okay, freedom fighters, okay. Or even the spiritual leaders you talk about? No spiritual leaders, right?
Sure, no. We are open for any sort of leaders.
And the courage was instilled only because of Swami Vivekananda.
Okay. One film of yours that reflects your real personality the most.
No. It depends on. Okay, part of my anger is you can see it in Ojin police station. Maybe if I'm a bad guy, maybe that's OG. Yeah. Sometimes I understand that OG police station scene in the maybe if I'm cruel, I think that's how I would have been on. But though it's performance, but నిజంగా నాకేమనిపిస్తుంటే వకీల్ స్వామి అనిపిస్తుంది. అలాగే ఖుషీలో ఆడపిల్లల్ని ఐటీజింగ్ ఏడిపిస్తుంటే అది నా రియల్ లైఫ్ అనిపిస్తుంది. అండ్ మోరల్లెస్ ప్రతి ఫిలింలో కూడా ఐ డోంట్ నో బట్ అదర్ యాక్టర్స్ కూడా ఉంటుంది అనుకుంటే అట్లీస్ట్ నేను నా గురించి చెప్పాలనుకుంటే ఐ థింక్ ఎ పార్ట్ ఆఫ్ అన్ యాక్టర్ విల్ రిఫ్లెక్ట్ ఇన్ ద సినిమా. కొంత నేనేమో అందరిలాగా నేను చేయలేను కాబట్టి ఐ చూస్ వాట్ ఐఎమ్ కేపబుల్ ఆఫ్. అందుకని మోరల్లెస్ నా సినిమాకి రియల్ లైఫ్కి ఒక 30-40% తేడా ఉన్నా కానీ కొన్ని సీన్స్ నేను చేయగలిగే చేస్తాను, చేయలేని నేను చేయలేను అంటే నాకు ఐడెంటిఫై కానీ. Like more or less my films, somewhere at least 10 to 20% or 30%, sometimes more, it reflects. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. I think one thing that we can take away from him is hustling, how he's managing Ustad Bhagat Singh and also his political career. Sir, also, I'm sorry, this is my personal question, skill census. That's something you've come up with. It's quite interesting while everybody goes with caste census. Could you shed some light on that before we end this?
Manaki priority. See, Gen Z, one thought I would like to అర్థం చేసుకోవాల్సిందండి, I go to ఇప్పుడు సోషల్ వెల్ఫేర్ హాస్టల్స్ ఉంటాయి. వీ టాకింగ్ అబౌట్ ద క్వశ్చన్, రెలవెంట్ క్వశ్చన్ యూ సెడ్ కాస్ట్ ఎలా అనుకుంటే ఇట్ ఈస్ నాట్ ఇండివిజువల్స్ హూ ఆర్ ఫార్మింగ్ కాస్ట్. ఇండివిజువల్స్ వ్యక్తిగా దాటి వెళ్ళిపోయారు కానీ ఇట్ ఈస్ ద సిస్టమ్ విచ్ హ్యాస్ టు బి కరెక్టెడ్. సోషల్ వెల్ఫేర్ హాస్టల్స్లో why only one particular social group has to be only in that hostel, another social group should be in another? ఎందుకు independent hostels? As Ambedkar said, annihilation of caste జరగాలి అంటే అసలు ముందు ప్రభుత్వం తీసుకోవాలి కదా. Any government should take it as a policy to make sure not that many divisions are there at the elementary level, fundamental level. చిన్నపిల్లలలోనే తేడాలు పట్టుకొచ్చారు, నువ్వు ఈ కులం, నేను ఆ కులం, ఈ కులం అని చెప్పి. I personally feel social welfare hostels or hostels for any public school should be irrespective of caste. First caste తీసేయాలి ఈ దేశంలో అంటే హాస్టల్స్లో, గవర్నమెంట్ హాస్టల్స్, సోషల్ వెల్ఫేర్ అని, బీసీ వెల్ఫేర్ ఇవన్నీ తీసేసి ఇట్ షుడ్ బి హాస్టల్స్ ఓన్లీ ఫర్ కిడ్స్ ఇర్రెస్పెక్టివ్ ఆఫ్ కాస్ట్. అక్కడి నుంచి కానీ మార్పు రాదు. దట్ ఈస్ వన్ ఆస్పెక్ట్ విచ్ ఐ లైక్ టు ఐఎమ్ వెరీ ప్యాషనేట్ టు డూ ఇట్. ఐ డోంట్, నాకు ఎంతమంది సహకరిస్తారో తెలియదు కానీ నేను చాలాసార్లు రిపీటెడ్గా మాట్లాడతాను ఇది. ఐ థింక్ సమ్వేర్ ఇన్ మై లైఫ్ టైమ్ ఇఫ్ ఐ కుడ్ ఎరాడికేట్ దిస్ పార్ట్, పిల్లలకి నువ్వు ఏ కులం అని చెప్పకుండా నువ్వు కులాలను తీసేసి వాళ్ళందరూ మామూలుగా సగటు భారతదేశ పౌరులు అనిపించుకోవాలంటే కులాల నుంచి మీరు పుట్టినప్పటి నుంచే హాస్టల్లో ఉన్నప్పుడు నువ్వు ఏ కులం, ఆ కులం, ఎన్ని డిఫరెన్సెస్ తీసేయాలి. మన మనుషులు మానవత్వం మీద వెళ్ళాలి అంటే మటుకు at a school level, at an elementary school level, we have to root out this concept. That's one thing as a government, as a policy should come. Maybe as a commitment, I think somehow I'll start initiating the dialogue to make rest of the leaders think in this way. I'll do that part.
Thank you very much, sir. So all of us here liked a picture with you, but that's not possible. So can we click a selfie from the stage with all everybody?
Yeah.